Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, it's Josh Suth, aka AskJoshy from YouTube, and this is another StarCraft 2 beta commentary brought to you by PokerDiscounts.com. If you plan on playing any online poker in the near future, you should sign up through them so you can save yourself some money in the long run and even get some sign-up bonuses. And here we have the players. We have MorroW, the Swedish Terran player playing for Mouse Sports. He is currently ranked number 1 on GoSuGamers.net StarCraft 2 rankings. They do their rankings based on tournament finishes and things like that. MorroW has the best record of them all, something like 35-13 at the moment. The only person who can overtake him before the beta, or before retail comes out actually, would be Tester, the Korean Protoss player. And his opponent today is Sheth, the purple Zerg over here on the left side of Lost Temple. He is representing Root Gaming, sometimes considered to be the best Zerg in North America. He is currently the IC Cup TV League champion. He's got a lot of tournament wins under his belt. He is a member of Root Gaming, possibly considered the best North American gaming team at the moment going into retail. So both of these players are very excellent. They both have seen a lot of tournament play and know what they're doing. They are playing a best of 3 here. I haven't really decided if I'm going to show all 3 games or not. This one was by far the most exciting of the 3, so I at least wanted to give you this one. And yeah, the best of 3 was played for the Open Wolf Cup number 2 on July 11th, so the patch is just a little bit old. I'm not sure exactly what the standout changes were. Really nothing crazy, just a couple of build times were altered, and Neural Parasites still only lasts 10 seconds and stuff like that. So nothing crazy regarding the patch version of this game. And I am going to keep trying to give you at least 1 game per day until retail, and after retail, maybe even more? I don't know. We'll have to see. There are going to be a bajillion tournaments after retail, so I'll probably have lots and lots and lots and lots of replays to choose from. So Sheth dropping a spawning pool here before a hatchery. Looks like he's not even going for a fast expand of any sort. It's already too late in the game to be considered fast for a Zerg, in my opinion. And also, of course, this natural expansion here of Sheth is very prone to Thor drops from Terran players. He knows that MorroW is Terran and that he is considered one of the best Terrans in the world, if not just Europe. And so MorroW going to be scouting around the wrong direction first, which is surprising because that Overlord of Sheth is already visible to him. He is going to start shooting away with this Marine, and this Overlord may or may not reach this cliff. It looks like he is going to get away safely for the time being. All MorroW needs is a little bit of vision there to finish off that Overlord eventually, but MorroW floating around his barracks now. He did initially build his barracks over here, not walling off against Sheth, which is sometimes considered crazy because Zerglings are so ridiculously fast and slippery that if you don't have your wall off completed, they can run right into your mineral line and kill everything. But MorroW has his timings down. He's played 100 million games during this beta, so he knows his timings against Zerg. Able to float that barracks over and get that tech lab started, no problem. Also did not build a supply depot there, so probably wants to keep a solid wall against Zerg and choosing not to use a supply depot as part of it. And he is getting a starport the moment that factory finishes, cranking out just a single Hellion at the moment. It looks like he has plans to maybe switch some things around since he is not getting a Marauder or any upgrades out of that tech lab. Sheth expanding over here finally outside of his main at the natural. He is getting Zergling speed with his first 100 gas. I'm going to keep the production tab open just so I don't miss anything for the rest of the game. And starport nearing completion. He did flip the factory and barracks around. He is going to scoot out of here with his 1 Hellion to see what he can get a hold of, and some Zerglings. No speed done yet, so this Hellion does have a chance to be able to kill all of them. He is torching them. It looks like one more blast. Oh, and it looked like a Zergling kebab there, that little flame jet torching all 3 of those, and now speed is done on the Zerglings. They are going to be faster than this Hellion, but if MorroW's good around these corners, he can prevent them from surrounding him, and it looks like he is doing just that. He looks like he just sent him home, not even trying to micro him. Sheth unable to get us around there. Gonna lift that barracks and let him right back in to his home base. And MorroW getting a Banshee now, gonna be able to see what he can do as far as drone kills or anything like that with that Banshee. If he gets Cloak, he is not getting Cloak at the moment. He is also throwing up a command center. Oh, but what's this? I could swear there was a natural going up here. And no, Sheth has canceled it and run him all the way up north to this top player spawning point on Lost Temple. So, like I said earlier, he does not want to see any abuse from Thors and medevacs up here on this cliff, so he's just gonna not take any chances, send his natural way up here instead. MorroW, of course, has no cliffs to really annoy the hell out of him with. He can get a Banshee in here, though, at some point. We know he's already built one. There it is, flying around now, headed to the main of Sheth. Sheth throwing up a Spinecrawler here to try and protect against Hellions. He does not have this ramp blocked very well, just a couple of Lings that would be torched by a few Hellions. Also getting a Hydralisk Den up now as his lair is finished. He is also getting another Queen. And the Banshee has finally arrived for MorroW, able to take out 2 drones and 3 maybe drones before this Queen is able to scare him off, or MorroW is just not paying any attention. He does have it selected. He is going to scoot out of there before the Queen is able to kill him. Hydralisk Den is now done, and MorroW, over on the other hand, does have a tank out. Does he have Siege finished? Yeah, he does. He does have Siege finished, and he's also adding on 2 more barracks. So production facilities, he's got plenty of them. He also has a Raven out on the field now to protect against any roach burrowing weirdo tactics that Sheth might come up with. And it looks like Sheth so far has really only produced a bunch of Lings up to this point. But the Raven is out, a couple of Marines, a couple of tanks. Looks like MorroW's going for basically one of everything at the moment. Oh, and this Overlord is a little bit too close, spying on MorroW's natural expansion, so he is going to pay with losing that Overlord. Sheth moving in now with a bunch of Lings that were splattered all over the place by these siege tanks, and now they are able to kill off a couple of Marines. They might get some SCV kills here, but not likely with this Hellion here and this tank to support. So MorroW not really losing anything in that exchange except for a couple of Marines. He did get an Overlord kill with them anyway, so decent trade-off. Sheth actually just suiciding those Lings, trying to score some SCV kills unsuccessfully. He is throwing up a Roach Warren now, and so he is going to have a pretty good mix of units. No Evo chambers yet for any upgrades. I want to look and see if there's an engineering bay down, and there is. He has not started to upgrade anything with it just yet, but he will be able to build turrets, and it looks like he's doing just that, building 2 missile turrets outside of his, actually 3 missile turrets all around his main. And is he building any at his natural? Yes, he is. 1 more missile turret there just to protect against any Spire shenanigans Sheth might come up with. Sheth choosing now to finally expand actually at the natural expansion for real this time. Hopefully not going to be canceling that and moving it around, otherwise it's just a waste of minerals from canceling multiple hatcheries. But Sheth does have an Overseer out now. He does drop a Changeling, see if he can sneak it into MorroW's base. We'll just have to see if he's successful with that. MorroW looks like he's supply blocked. We have 5 Marines, 4 Marines trying to come out now. Unable to do so. It looks like one Overlord was sacrificed by Sheth to try and get a look inside MorroW's base. Instead, he's just going to fly away safely. MorroW did actually use the supply call down to keep himself from being blocked for too much longer. All these Marines and tank now coming out as planned. Another medevac here as well. So MorroW still has this Banshee from the first go round and just repaired it up. That Changeling of Sheth does arrive and gets shot by that tank immediately. Too bad for him. Sheth's exposed look like they're doing okay. This one does get scanned now. MorroW probably a little confused because he did see a hatchery morphing in a long time ago with that Hellion, and now seeing that there's just a bunch of drones going now, he's probably a bit suspicious. Can't say for sure. He is going to send a Hellion around to some other expansions just to have a look, so I guess I was right. He is suspicious. And MorroW bolstering his defenses outside of his natural, just with a bunch of tanks and a bunch of Marines, ready for any kind of attack that Sheth might be gearing up for. But if we look at Sheth's army, or actually unit right now, it looks like all he's got is some Lings, 2 Hydras, 4 Roaches. I mean, he's been macroing like crazy, so MorroW actually has a pretty good window here if he moves soon to do some damage. Like, Sheth hasn't really built a ton of units at all, and now he's getting some Roaches on the field after seeing the tank composition of MorroW. Roaches stand up pretty well against tanks as opposed to Hydras and Lings, which just get absolutely demolished. So 2 more barracks coming up for MorroW now. He's running off of 2 bases, so his income's pretty solid. I don't know if he'll be able to support all 7 production buildings if he's going to keep cranking out medevacs and Banshees. He is going to have to sacrifice some units elsewhere. But Sheth getting more Banelings on the field.